is that this market is mature, this market has depth in it, and this market has experienced a cycle. You know, since for the past 10, since the interest rates were practically zero or negative, there was a lot of funding coming in because that's what the global story was, in venture and in anything else for that matter. I think it was a natural process for the industry to experience a cycle, and I think this cycle is very healthy. Entrepreneurs will get to understand how to build businesses for profitability. Funds will understand how to manage with entrepreneurs and businesses that are going to be facing a cycle of a relatively down cycle and no free money anymore. So you have to, the fund has to optimize, the entrepreneurs have to optimize, and I think in general that this is a natural story that happens everywhere, and I think it's very healthy for the ecosystem here. Now that the funding is down in Q1, I think there is, if you dig a little bit deeper into the numbers, you'll see that in Q4 there were a couple of startups or scale-ups that raised substantial amounts of money. And then as you jump into Q4, naturally these big ticket items are not in Q1, and so you will see a dip here. But I think the market is recovering, and I think it is an asset class that more and more people are seeing that it is an investable asset class.
Faisal, today?
That's a good question.
Difficult one.
So look, risks, geopolitical, I mean, it's there. I mean, look, we live in a region that has geopolitics as built in. So when you want to talk about geopolitics, I'll say, okay, so what? We wake up every morning and we have had for the past 40 years geopolitics as an issue. So I don't think that that is, it's a bit of a concern, yes, absolutely. I mean, you can't write it off, but our risk appetite and the way we view our own markets is different. But maybe the over-competition between China and the United States is a big issue for us here, because we sit in the middle. We want to have relationships as countries and as companies. We want to have relationships and a win-win situation between both worlds. And we feel that maybe that could be a risk and a challenge, and you will feel that. You know, there'll be pressure from both sides, but at the end of the day, I mean, one needs to decide how he wants to conduct business, where you want to align yourself with, and think about it. But this is as much as it goes. But look at this city, for instance. Geopolitics is of benefit to the city. So because of its stability, because of its depth, because of what it has done over the years in the regulatory space, because of the incredible infrastructure that it has. So people are coming here. I was at the DFM annual event, Capital Markets, a couple of days ago, and I was listening to all these speakers saying that there is no problem with talent because people want to come to this city. So we need to think of that, those of us that live here, and find that there are more opportunities than we would think of in terms of risks. And then risks are opportunities for us, right? Risks are opportunities. I built my business over 40 years in this region by people telling me every day, why are you building business in this region? And so we build a few $1 billion worth of a business, and I still say, yes, there's political risk, there's geopolitical risk, but that's the region. I just want to add something. So again, back at the DFM Capital Markets event a couple of days ago. So one quote caught my attention, is that this lady at one of the panels said, we used to come here, she ran fund manager, she used to say, she said, we used to come into this region to take money to invest outside. Now we come to the region because there are opportunities here. I mean, that's a big statement. That's a big statement. When you talk about risk and geopolitical risk, and people say, well, we're coming to Dubai and we're coming to the region because there are opportunities, which means they're going to bring in FDI and come and invest in the region. That's a big statement. There is something happening that attracts people to come to this town.
Absolutely. $1 billion.
In capital committed?
I'll take it over.
I would say more.
Okay. Fadi? Your thoughts on more? Okay, you're saying it's going to be more than that. What about somebody?
Look, people follow opportunities, and as companies, one thing we need to understand about this region is that, specifically the UAE, is that it used to be a Series C, Series A region. So lots of them natural. This is like all new markets. In the past 10 years, you would see a lot of early stage companies, angel investors, etc. But now you're seeing Series C, Series D, pre-IPO, IPO ready, etc., etc. Big funds coming in. General Atlantic, when it announces it's coming to set up an operation in Dubai, I mean, why would General Atlantic come to Dubai unless there is an opportunity here? Wellington is a huge multi-billion-dollar US fund is coming and setting up, or has already invested in some of the startups, scale-ups in the region. So that's a statement. And then when other funds across the world see these guys investing, they're going to say, okay, there's something happening in that region. And these big funds specifically like de-risked assets. right? So when Tabby is raising a Series C or a Series D, Tabby is a buy now, pay later. It's one of the most successful and profitable buy now, pay later companies in the world. When you get somebody like General Atlantic that says, okay, this company is good, I'm going to invest in it, I mean, that's a massive statement, and it says that there's an opportunity in this region, and you will see so many more coming into this region despite whatever challenges that people might talk about. So I am a very bullish. I mean, you're talking about $100 million, $200 million checks. This was unheard of 3-4 years ago. You couldn't find funds that would write a couple of $100 million checks. JP Morgan made available $700, maybe $800 million in debt for Tabby, for its buy now, pay later. I mean, that's close to $1 billion of financing available for you to conduct your business. That's a vote of confidence in the region.